Next part of this series is on note making current affairs. So, what to make note of on a daily basis or a weekly basis? How to get over this giant phenomenon of current affairs? Because that occupies so much time and headspace of a candidate but yields very less. Its yield is very less. So how do you make the best use of your time yet gain the most with respect to current affairs? So how do you make note of your current affairs? So on a daily basis, most of us read newspaper and also watch videos, and on a monthly basis we all follow a magazine. So this is a standard practice, right, with respect to current affairs. On a daily basis, what can you make note of? For what do you get in your daily newspaper? Either you get news or you get issues. You get events or you get some coverage on issues. Events like, let's say, Saudi Arabia and Iran are going to talk, Saudi Arabia and Israel are going to talk, or there's some progress on Israel-Palestine deal, or there is some latest crisis in a particular bank. So there are specific events in current affairs. And then there are mega issues. So issues like some scandal happened and it's covered for days together, or there is new education policy and you get articles every single day on new education policy, or there is some hunger index that has come up and there are briefs every single day on hunger index. So you might get articles related to issues. So what many students keep doing is they make notes of all these events on a daily basis. So there is a particular species that is discovered, they make notes of that species. Some report has come up, they make note of report. Some scheme is announced, they make note of scheme. Some science and tech innovation, make note. There are some unique, let's say, any significant discovery or any significant event in Indian polity or economics, they make notes. But just imagine for a moment, aren't these covered in your current affairs magazine? Is someone doing this work already? When someone is doing work already much more efficiently than you're doing, please avoid it. That is what we call as smart work. In my experience and from the interviews of so many toppers, magazines are doing a very good job in covering current affairs. There's no need for you to make notes of these news events. So there are so many such events. Some bird discovered, some other animal discovered. Why are you making notes? A magazine is already doing it for you. So you are spending almost 1 hour every single day for 1 month. So it is 30 hours on note making. If you are efficient, you will make notes in 1 hour. Otherwise, you are taking 1.5 hours in note making. And you are spending 45 hours. But a magazine, you can just read it in 10 to 12 hours if you read efficiently. So why are you making notes if you can do the same task with much more efficiency? So please don't make notes of these news because someone else is already doing it. Please find a very good source and stick to it. Now coming to some unique content for mains. So sometimes you might read a editorial or you might read an op-ed which you find very interesting. You should have a one pager, like we already discussed, isn't it? We discussed in a static note making that you should have a one pager for each mains topic. For each and every mains topic, you have a one pager, either online or offline. So mains topic like poverty, hunger, women, children, old aged, sanitation workers, or manual scavenging. So like that you have a one pager. In that, if at all you read an editorial or op-ed which gives you some unique insight, it gives you an insight. Please add that insight only. Don't make the summary of entire editorial and write here because before exam, after all, you need 10 points. Isn't it? You are getting current affairs driven questions only in GS2, GS3, isn't it? At max in society, Indian society. So in GS2, GS3 and Indian society part of GS1. So here maybe out of 250 you will get 150, here 150, here maybe out of 250 you will get 50. So at max 350 marks worth current affairs, and how many hours are you spending in making notes? Instead, why don't you use magazine to give you the basic structure of poverty hunger? They will anyway cover this editorial and op-ed. They will anyway give you insights from this editorial op-ed. That's what magazines are doing. So make use of them. But what notes can you make? If at all there is any unique example. So recently there was an incident where a tribal woman has died after giving birth to 16th child. That is a very unique example. There are case studies. There is a recent scholarship scandal that has broken out, and Indian Express is investigating it. You note down that case study for corruption or for investigative journalism, or there are some very unique facts that you might come across. The poverty ratio of SCs or STs is substantially higher when compared to poverty ratio of general category in the country. So it's such unique facts or some case studies, or if there is exclusive content, you come across some statement by Raghuram Rajan. So Raghuram Rajan might give a statement on Indian banking, which looks like a very catchy introduction for any question on banking. You write down just that heading. It will help you for introductions, or it can help you in conclusion. So any catchy quotations or case studies or examples or facts just for value enhancement of your GS answers, because basic content you are anyway deriving from your magazines. Even if you make hundreds of pages of notes, trust me, before exam you cannot memorize them. You only have those 10 to 15 points ready, out of which 7 to 8 points every aspirant will write the same. They are reading the same newspapers and magazines, so why not rely on a magazine and save your time? Save your headspace for this exclusive content. So that is how you can make the most out of current affairs and reduce your burden. And I want to underline some principles. Before you make note, ask yourself, did you understand? An excessive focus on note making kills understanding. So first ask yourself, have you understood the topic? Are you making notes out of understanding, or are you postponing understanding to a later time? Don't postpone understanding. You can postpone note making, but don't postpone understanding. If you don't understand now, you can't get grasp of the concept later. So that page of notes is worth nothing if you don't understand. Next, ask one more question. Is someone else doing it efficiently? If someone else is doing it, please don't do it. So what can that someone else be? There are several coaching institutes who have mastered the technique of answer writing, who have mastered the technique of content, how to gather content, how to give best content for GS2-3. There are several institutes which have mastered it, and several toppers vouched for the quality. So use them. Use toppers' notes. For all GS topics, several toppers have uploaded their notes. Use them. And use any standard textbooks. So if someone else is doing it, you don't do it. If at all you want to add something, add your understanding or add insights. If your notes is not qualifying these points, please stop making it. Thank you. Bye bye.